as I said, the large eyes of the family was looking towards a new future. And this is basically what the overall emphasis of the mural was that just talking about African Americans in the community, giving them a sense of empowerment so they can begin to look towards the future. I'd like to thank you. And are there any questions? Have any questions? Yes.
Are there any plans to restore the mural, or would that be too difficult?
Oh, that's like a question always comes over and over again. It's kind of expensive. When we first did the mural, CETA gave us approximately what was it? Yeah, it gave us about $13,500, which basically covered the salaries. Okay, the Park District, when they signed on, they gave us within the budget, the only thing that they were willing to give for was the supplies, the painting supplies. So we was able to get the paint for priming the wall, and then the paints themselves, the brushes, and all of that, to support the painting. Everything else, though, had to be rounded up and donated. So when you're thinking about renting equipment to do sandblasting and buying hundreds of pounds of sand, that's a lot of money. Getting a scaffolding, when you're actually renting scaffolding and you're renting it for 4 months, that's a lot of money. And then when you look at the artists and some of the community members that came by and donated their time and paying them on a professional level, you're looking at a total of $28,000. It actually cost. That's the actual cost of the mural. And that was back then in 1978. So, to do it again is going to be quite a lot. Yes. You, and then you, and then you.
Angela, I mean, that if you could talk some more about the animating neighborhood side. Clearly, there's a whole social process. So, what if any of those social networks that resulted from production?
Well, the thing was, the social networks was already there. That's the reason why we was able to do this on such a short budget and have so many people that was willing to donate, because the community was pretty well connected. There was always, you knew, if you didn't know an individual, you knew the individual's family just by looking at them. Are you so-and-so's son? Are you from such and such family? And then once they say, yeah, and so-and-so is, related to us, then you pretty much knew, and you started getting kind of an idea where everybody and who everybody was. So, they had that kind of a network, and it was literally less than 6 degrees of separation. So, you would know, you're already, like when they said they were going to do this, and people became interested. Now, there was always people that was kind of worried about it, and some people who didn't like the mural or didn't like portions of the mural, but that's to be expected. To reanimate, really wasn't a reanimating of the neighborhood. It was giving the neighborhood something to get their hands around. So it's another sense of empowerment, because at that point in time there was a lot of sense of empowerment that was going on. The neighborhood was pushing the city, to do things that they had not done for the neighborhood before. Wait a minute, lady next to you?
Yeah, sorry. I want to ask a question about the changing of the drawings. Was that coming from your thinking process, or was that from the community input as well?
A little bit of both. From thinking process, from the community, you'd be walking in the community, going to church or so, somebody had something to say, so you kind of like rethought it, and then try and make sure, that you start painting something, what's that up there, so you kind of like, so it was some of the things that it was, so it was a combination of my own personal thinking process and then community suggestions, yeah, yes.
I wonder if you think it's possible
so you were saying the people were coming by while you can ask questions and talk about it. Would you say that the art itself, that the product itself engaged the community in the same way that it engaged the project's creators? Or is it possible, or is it?
Well, yeah, it did engage them in thinking about it, having a comment on it, identifying with it, feeling free that to say anything they wanted to about it, because they did, and so the community was engaged in the project because the project was in the community and the project was about the community. So they had a personal stake in it, so to speak. So they were very much engaged in it. The students, when they first got there, as you saw that first photograph, it's like, oh God, what are we going to do? Well, they became engaged as well in it. So it gave them something that they could remember, and may have changed some of their lives. So those some of the things that happen. In order to do something like that today, communities aren't the way they used to be. We're talking about 30 years ago. All communities are not the same as they used to be. So you don't have that connectiveness within the communities. So that in order to do something like this now, you have to first win the trust of the community or that community segment in order to even begin to start engaging them. Yes.
I need to make an announcement. Sharon asked me to